and love. This is the Bubbly Love Show. Peace and love, peace and love. I am so grateful to be here with you all today. This is the Bubbly Love Show, and tonight's topic is going to be on following your divine purpose and your unique service to the world. This topic has really been coming up a lot for me because I've noticed that within my life, I'm in nature right now, y'all, and there's so many little buggies. And it's more like, I love them, but it's like, oh my gosh, they ODing. Like, can y'all get off my stuff, homeboys? All right, chill, homeboy. So the reason why this topic has really come up today is, and just like within the last week or so, is really because I realized within my life the times where I am truly following my divine purpose. I am truly in alignment with what my service is to the world and the services that I have to the world, that everything just aligns and everything literally just starts manifesting for me. I ask for things, I get it right away, and it's truly a magical experience. And I really just wanted to speak on this topic today. I feel like the last few weeks, like I've been like digging deep into different areas and even like certain traumas and all that kind of stuff. So this week I just kind of wanted to keep it a bit more light and and just kind of change up the mood a little bit. So before we do anything, I would like us to take some deep breaths, but I am going to take a sip of my Martinelli's apple juice. This video is not sponsored by Martinelli's apple juice, but hopefully in the future it will be. Delicioso. Alright. Okay, y'all. I feel like the way I have the thing is gonna hurt my neck, but we gonna make it work. And if I gotta make any changes, I'll just do that. Hey, how you doing? Alright, so before anything, yes, manifesting, all that. You already know the vibes. So yeah, before anything, I will always like to start off with deep breaths. The reason why I like to start off with deep breaths is because when we do intentional breaths, it is a way to give gratitude to our life, give gratitude to the Creator, the Most High, and I. And I'm very big on always just giving praise and thanks for that higher power that is within us, all around us, and in everything. So let's do 3 collective breaths. You can sit in a comfortable position. Put your hands wherever you would like, and we're just going to take a deep inhale. And we're going to hold it. Slowly through the mouth. Again, we're going to take another deep inhale. Going to hold it. slowly through the mouth. Last one, we're gonna make a count. Take a deep inhale, bring it down to the toes. And hold. And release. Okay, hold on. I'm supposed to be. I need a fourth breath. I need a fourth breath because I chose this spot, but it's a little. They're really kind of ODing right now. Good things. What I am gonna do though, I'm probably gonna move my phone a little bit because I feel like I have it like below me because it's like this hill, and yeah, it was hurting my neck. So yeah, let's do that. All right, cool. All right, we in nature. Shout out to the Bronx. We in nature, but we next to the highway, so balance. Alright, y'all, so this little here, okay, sorry, this, yeah, yo, it's all kinds of bugs. I got two different type of bugs that hop, and they not spiders, because if you watch spiders, they hop, but my man's right here, they both hop, and y'all need to chill. Focus. This is good for me. I need to focus. Okay, y'all. So I'm so grateful to be here today. Again, today's topics are discussing your divine purpose, your soul's purpose, and also your unique service to the world. And I want to start off by this, so I actually just finished teaching, and if you can't tell, the guy was like, he thought I just came from a birthday party. I'm like, no, I was just teaching. And today's I work with this girls leadership program, and I have 30 girls, y'all. So I teach art therapy, which is like the piece, which is my man's. I'm gonna need you to chill. I understand you want your camera time, but just chill, Brody. So I teach art therapy, the Bubbly Love course, for the second year in a row with this girls leadership program. And it's truly a blessing because me and the facilitator of the program, we have built a bond for the last few years. We met in like 2022. So for the last few years, we've been able to build a rapport and to where we're like fam now. And she truly just trusts me and, you know, all of the things that I do and I offer. And she was actually the first person who allowed me the opportunity to teach the Bubbly Love course in a classroom type setting. It's not like, it's a girls empowerment program, so it's not in like an actual school, but it's yeah, it was like for last summer that I started teaching it, and that was the first opportunity where I was able to teach the Bubbly Love course like outside of the events that I've curated. And that was such an experience for me because, again, having 30 girls, and last year it was a little different than this year because last year the girls were ages 7 years old to like 15. So, excuse me. So you can just think about how different a young 7-year-old is and a 15-year-old. So it could be challenging in certain ways because sometimes when things appeal to the 7-year-olds, it might not appeal to the 15-year-olds. And if something appeals to the 15-year-olds, like, yeah. So it was like just finding that good balance of creating the Bubbly Love course around teaching them. This year, it goes up to the age of 12, which I feel like is really good because I can more like just hone in. I'm like, I thought it was on my phone. Oh, I was just eating patelillos. I don't know how I got it all the way over here, but all right, cool. So yeah, so that's my vibe. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because teaching has truly been a big part of my journey and my life. And I had no idea how much teaching was actually a part of my purpose until like really 2022 when I had the opportunity to teach in Africa. I was teaching a little bit before 2022, and when I was like younger and I worked on at Summer Youth, I've worked with children before, and I knew that I enjoyed those positions. I even worked at the library, and when I think back, like when I was 16 and I worked at the library, I used to make a lot of friends with the children that was there. So it was like God was always showing me that children were somehow a part of my purpose, but to be quite honest, I just wasn't aware of it. And I remember, like I was just telling someone the other day, there would be these just random spontaneous incidents where I would just always run into children. And it was like magical in this way where I would always end up being some type of guide to children, some type of mentor to children, like that I just meet literally on the street or at a park randomly one day, or even new friends. I would, be able to connect with their children. And so it was just like children has always been a part of my life, and I just had no idea how much it was a part of my purpose. When I had the opportunity to teach in Africa, that's when I really, the happiness that was with me and that I've experienced to be able to teach rap and music and my medicine drum with the children, like together, I was just like, okay, this is what I truly love. And I'm like, I always have to do it. It's such a fulfilling thing when a youth, a child doesn't know how to do something and you are the person who introduces them to it, and now they have learned. I remember the youth that I had, the young adults that I had specifically in Africa when I was teaching them English. In the beginning, they really didn't know much. And I remember I created this lesson plan where we made a rap about the body parts and body functions. That was the topic of that week. Actually, it was more than 1 week, but that was the topic. And by the end of my 3rd class with them, they literally were able to name the body parts and the body functions, when in the beginning they didn't really know much except maybe like nose and hands or something. So I've really just been able to be blessed with the experiences that I've had as far as teaching goes. Prior to that, it was really like music, and I already knew that music and fashion and creative arts was always a part of my life. But the thing is, I didn't realize how I could be of service to others. So as soon as, it's like when I was majoring in school and doing fashion marketing, and then I ended up getting a job in corporate and all of these jobs like in fashion, and something will always happen where it just didn't end up long term or something, and I was just like, I know I love fashion, like what am I doing wrong? And I was always very ambitious to just look for new opportunities. And I realized that I was supposed to learn all of those things, and even like where I am now, for me to be able to utilize all of the skills that I have learned, all of the creative arts that I have honed, and now customize it to be my service to the world. And I want to get into that. So it's like, I realized that when it comes to following your purpose and even figuring out what that is, right? A lot of times our purpose is literally the thing that we do the most naturally, the most natural. And I feel like sometimes it can be almost like we miss it, because we're like, yeah, what is our purpose? We're like looking for this big thing. And when we really start to do that inner work, do that trauma healing, tap in with ourselves, go into solitude, we realize that the thing that we do most natural is a gift. It is a part of your purpose, what you're supposed to do. Like, there's something that you do so naturally that you don't always think about it, because you're just doing it. You're just being in it, right? You're present in that moment. And I do a reading called the Bubbly Love astrology reading. And I actually learned from a really amazing astrologer, spiritual teacher, Professor Melanie. I learned a method in which you can really dive deep into your astrological chart, and you can find out what is your purpose. And the interesting thing about it is that it doesn't, like, you don't do the activity and then it's like, oh yeah, your purpose is exactly this. It breaks down your chart in a way to tell you, these are the tools, these are the strengths that you use. That is your divine purpose. And because you know you more than anyone else, you can use that to be like, oh snap, I am supposed to be doing this, because it's something that you know that you're doing. You know that you feel good when you're doing it. You know that you help others when you're doing it, right? And again, sometimes these things are so natural that we don't tend to give it much thought or give it much attention. And then yet people's walking around like, oh my gosh, what is my purpose? And it's like, well, what is the thing that you do most naturally? Start there. Then going into your unique service to the world. What I've been realizing in my experience is that whatever you have, like, it is our job as human beings on this realm, on this plane, on this earth, right? To use our gifts to service the world. When we use our gifts to service the world, nothing is lacking. Everything is in balance. Everything is intertwined and connected. We are meant to tap into our gifts and to hone our gifts to be able to help others, because there is something that only you can do. There is something only I can do. There is something that only she or he or whomever can do. And it is important that we tap into that so that nothing is missing. Think about pieces of a puzzle. If you are trying to do something that is meant for somebody else, that's like you trying to fit your puzzle piece that looks like this into you trying to fit it into the puzzle, and your puzzle looks like this, your piece looks like this. So it's like, it's important that we play our own part. It's important that we are our own puzzle piece and we connect with everyone around us. No competition. It's more so connect. See what you can learn from another. See what you can teach another. And then we build from there. And then we have a whole puzzle piece, a whole map. I discussed this before off of a vision that I had, and I had drew it out. And it was a puzzle. And then it also looked like a map. And it was just like everybody's supposed to be playing their part. And here's the fun thing about it. There's gonna be multiple like Reiki practitioners, let's just say, because I've been studying Reiki lately. And however, there's gonna be a Reiki practitioner who perhaps feels called to using crystals. So they'll use crystals within their services. However, like somebody like me, I'm really into herbalism. So, and elements. So perhaps for my Reiki practitionerness, so perhaps for when I practice Reiki as a practitioner, right? I incorporate the elements. I incorporate the herbs and how to help you balance out whatever ailment, whatever type of imbalances that you're experiencing in your body. Perhaps I create a self-love tea for you, right? That is just for you. That's customized just for you. Some type of concoction that brings healing to what it is that you need specifically, right? So everything is customizable. I'm like saying this now, I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a vibe. That sounds like a vibe. So the thing is, you may have the same profession as someone else, right? The same way we have a bunch of teachers, a bunch of artists, musicians, whatever it is. But there's only something that you can divinely do. You can uniquely do. And my own experience, what I've been realizing as for the last few years, like legit 6 years, like strong, I have been doing all of the things I love. And as I've been doing the things I love and then asking myself, how can I service another and help others in doing the things I love, my purpose keeps enhancing. So it's not exactly changing. I realize it's enhancing. So what is a shaman? A shaman is a healer of many modalities, right? A shaman is someone that is limitless, really, in their healing practices. And they can be into herbalism and meditation and crystals and Reiki and massage therapy and art therapy and all of these different things, right? And holistic medicine and all that, right? That's what a shaman is. And I've always resonated with that, like medicine woman, shaman, these words, right? And I realized that there's a time for everything. So it's important that we pace ourselves and we don't just try to learn every single thing within a night or whatever and then just burn ourselves out. It's important to balance. It's important to, as an example, write down all of the things that you love to do, all of the ideas that you have to service the world, and focus on one at a time. See which ones that you can start to piece together and connect, right? I started off really performing. That's what I knew was something I was supposed to do, was performing. Not even really truly realizing that my music that I created to be therapeutic and healing for me, I ended up creating to be healing for others, to motivate others, because I lost my little brother to gun violence and to things that happened in my hood growing up that created trauma. And I ended up using that music as my therapy, and then also at the same time motivating others by telling them my story, motivating others to say you don't have to be your environment, you can raise above your environment. So it was first healing for me, but then ended up inspiring me to motivate others. Then there was a point where I was hosting open mics and I wanted to create a safe space for others to be able to express themselves, because for so long I held in my voice, my expression, the very thing, the very purpose, the very thing that I'm supposed to do, I held it in. And when I released it, it brought me this joy, this energy, this feeling that I've never felt before. And this feeling of, this is absolutely it. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. When I grabbed that mic and I was performing and I shared that song, Tie My Hands, 11 years ago, well, I wrote the song 11 years ago, but excuse me, when I shared it 6 years ago in performance, I was like, it's just this magical feeling that's like, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And from there on, I just flew. I just soared. I just went on. And I just been continuing to hone my craft and continuing, you know, even as I've added the medicine drum, and the medicine drum has been healing for me, now having it be healing for others. It's just really beautiful when we just listen to our guidance. And something I want to mention, and that I've, put together within myself in my own journey, and also when I do the Bubbly Love Astrology readings with others, is that the very thing that we have like the biggest trauma in is likely your purpose. It's likely your purpose, because guess what? It's balance. It's like you have to live this life and figure out what is that trauma. What is the trauma that has held you back from doing the things that you're supposed to be doing? When I was growing up, I was told that I was singing too loud. I was told that I was talking too much. I was told I got in trouble for speaking up and being honest. These are all connected to the throat and my free expression. And what am I doing now? What is a part of my purpose now? To heal, to create healing spaces for free expression. So the very thing that I was traumatized within in my own life, that took me so long to speak up and finally sing in front of people, finally share my music in front of people. That very trauma is the very thing that I'm supposed to be doing. The very thing that I'm supposed to share as a service to the world, to motivate, to be on here talking like this, to share my story. The very thing that I was traumatized in is the way that I help others. Childhood trauma. Myself going through so much childhood trauma and not realizing it, and it being normalized in so many different ways, until I grew up and realized how it started to manifest itself within my relationships, divine friendships, divine partnerships, family, realizing how that trauma manifested its way into my being, into my guard being up, into me not wanting to express myself fully because I felt misunderstood. I did not want somebody to say I'm too much, I'm talking too much, I'm doing too much, because that's what I got when I was a little girl. And having to rise above that, and having to fight against that, and be like, nah, I have something to say, and I am worthy of speaking my truth. I am worthy of being my free self. If it is too much for someone else, then they are not meant for it. I need to release that person, people, places, and things that do not allow me to be free in my expression, because my expression is valid. My expression is mine. It is unique. It is one of a kind. It is my service to the world. It is how I can help inspire others by being myself, so that others can be inspired and be themselves. And we could all just be ourselves together, baby. And we could just live, and we could just help one another, and we could just build new worlds, new realities, new manifestations. That's how we change the world, is by changing ourselves, by releasing that trauma and moving from a healed space. I feel so good right now. Like, I feel so energized, like even just talking like this. And what I've been learning and realizing and continue to confirm within my journey is that you have to be consistent. Be consistent in what it is that you are led to do. Ashe, my third eye is itching. I cannot tell no lie. We have to be consistent in the things that we are gifted with. Think about God giving you these gifts and you're not using them. It's a waste. You're wasting it. If you're wasting the thing that you was given and now you confused about why you're in lack, why you're lacking things that you want and that you need because you're not using what you were given. When I tell y'all the last few weeks, y'all, the last few weeks, son, I have started like a few new positions. I have started with this company that dances and motivates at the same time. So it's very different from any dance teacher position I've ever had. And they're so genuine. They actually care. It's friggin' dope. I started that. I told y'all I'm doing the girls leadership program. And yesterday on spot, I just got hired for something else that I'm gonna let, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk about the companies and all that. I'm gonna be a brand ambassador in it, but I'm gonna just let it rock for right now. But I just got hired on spot for something else yesterday to do art therapy with teenagers that are dealing with a lot of trauma, a lot of things that they've been doing. And the reason why I am bringing this up, and I just performed at Bronxbury the other day, which, by the way, I've been wanting to perform at Bronxbury for 5 years. I have been having consistent performances, getting paid for my performances, sometimes monetarily, and in others, just the experience and it bringing me other things. Because I have been in alignment with my purpose. I have been in alignment with my service to the world. And when I tell you the abundance that has been overflowing, it has been overflowing in a way where I'm here like, I remember this. I remember that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Sometimes you get caught up. Sometimes I've gotten caught up in this New York hustle, bustle. It could be challenging. It could be very challenging when everything costs this and you trying to, make a living out here and all that. But I realize when I just focus on my service to the world, I do not settle for less. And settling for less as in the treatment that I'm supposed to be receiving when it comes to a position. So I'm not going to work with nobody if you're not feeding me as like my individual self. So like, for instance, when I had the meeting yesterday, they asked me about how I got experience in mental health and all that. As like, I'm a newer art therapist, certified in that, right? But that's newer, like within the last few months. But I've been doing the work for the last 3+ years. Ask me, how did that happen? I said, because I lived the experience. That's how I created that. I didn't go to no institution to do it. I said, life is my school. Life is my school. I'm open to receive. I said, I follow God. I follow the guidance that I am given. I said, when I was sick and I was told to go to Mexico, that's what I did. When I was told to go to Colombia, that's what I did. When I was told to go teach in Africa, that's what I did. When I am given a prompting and I listen, because I'm going to be real, there's certain times I don't. But it's always a consequence. But when I listen to the guidance that I am being given, a world full of opportunities and abundance. When I tell you, I know when I'm aligned, especially because I have choices now. I have choices. I don't even have to, I got all of these emails saying, Bubbles, we want to hire you. Bubbles, we want to we want to work with you. We want you to come service our event. We want you to come do this, Now I got choices to be like, I don't want to work with this person. I don't want to work with that person. I do want to work with this. I do want to work with that. And guess what? It just so happened that everything that is hitting me up is in alignment, because I have been intentional with applying myself and my energy to things that are in alignment with me. So I am receiving that in abundance. I have been getting so many beautiful opportunities. Every day I'm waking up to a new email, y'all. And I'm sharing this with y'all because this is real. And I was like, what am I going to talk about? I was like, I got to talk about this on the Bubbly Love Show today, because it has been real, the manifestations. I've been literally saying the things that I want. And all of a sudden, a few days later, somebody hits me up with the opportunity. Like legit. And I'm like, give thanks for the Most High and I. My power to manifest. My power to truly express. My power to be myself. My power to release the things that do not serve me. My power to be in my power. To say no. To say yes. To say no what is not for me. To say yes to the things that are for me. To be in the space of receiving. You also have to be open to receive. Be open to receive. Sometimes when we are not present, things are giving us gifts right in front of our face, and we are turning away, whether it is physically or spiritually, mentally, because that lack has become a program, and we need to be open to receive. If somebody just wants to do something nice for you, you give thanks, gratitude. You don't have to give something back. That energy is lack energy, lack mentality. This person gave me something, I gotta give something back. It's transactional energy. We're not in a debt. Let's release that. When somebody is gifting you something, you receive it with gratitude. You make a prayer, you say a prayer for them. You give gratitude. You like send them love, give them a hug, whatever it is. But you receive with gratitude, because you are worthy. I didn't even share this video that I made the other day. You are worthy of the things that you desire. Don't let nobody tell you it's too much. Don't let nobody tell you you're doing too much. You are worthy of the things that you desire. Do not settle for the bare minimum. As you settle for the bare minimum within your life, it starts to manifest in everything. Oh yeah, well, I really wanted this, but I guess I'll take the water, but I really wanted a Martinelli's apple juice. Girl, go get your Martinelli's apple juice. Boy, go get your Martinelli's apple juice. You don't gotta settle for the water if you ain't want the water at that time. You're abundant. You're abundant in all the things that you want, all the things that you desire. It is up to you to receive. It's up to you to remember your worth. Not to just know your worth, because when we're young, we know our worth. When we're young, we ask for what we want. We ask our moms. We know we just had a piece of cake, but now we want another piece of cake. We're not thinking about, oh, what they're going to think if I get a second piece of cake. They're going to think I'm fat. They're going to think this. Oh, what they're going to think if I ask for a watermelon. I remember that. I literally have a memory. I remember being at the pool. My cousin got mad at me. Whatever. You mad. But I remember I had a piece of cake. And then I was like, I want watermelon. And my aunt is like getting it for me. And then it was just like I was asking for what I wanted. I don't care. I just had a piece of cake. I want a piece of watermelon now. And I want some rice and beans and chicken. That's what I wanted. So I am worthy of what I wanted. And I asked for it. And I received it. And I got it. So the same thing. When we adults, we all here so self-conscious about everything and what everybody's gonna think. F all of that. F all of that. Release all of that. Ask the universe, the Most High, ask for what you want. Then see what happens. And also, tap in and make sure you know that you deserve it. Don't just say the words. Know that you deserve it. Do some shadow work and tap in. When is a time that somebody made you feel a way for asking for what you wanted? Who was that person to you? How old were you? How did it make you feel? Do you forgive that person, or do you still have resentment against that person? Let's be honest out here. Let's be honest out here. Let's release that resentment. Let's forgive. Forgive them. Forgive ourselves. It's okay. That happened then. I am here now. Let's be present. Let's live in the present. Stop living in the past. Stop living in anxiety. Stop living in the old trauma. Stop living back there. It happened already. If y'all have watched Inside Out 2, it's a really, really beautiful movie, because the new character is anxiety. There's a few other characters too, but I really want to just focus on that anxiety thing, because anxiety is literally living in the past, like living in the past, the future, everything but the present. So you planning for ahead. And while it can be amazing to plan ahead, don't be so rigid and stuck in those ways that that's just what has to happen. And if it don't happen that way, you walk around miserable. Be flow, be flexible. There's a word that came, be elasticity. Be elasticity. Be able to stretch and bend. Allow yourself that space. You are divine. You are all of the elements. You don't have to be stuck on one of the elements. You are all of the elements. Tap into each element as you need be. Tap into your power. Find the things that bring you happiness and do more of that. Stop focusing on the things that are going wrong. Start focusing on the things that are going right. Create better habits. Wake up in the rising before you go touch a phone or call a friend or even go get some food. Give thanks. Give thanks that I am alive today. I have so much to be grateful for today. I am grateful for my life. I am grateful for my breath. I am grateful for the roof over my head. I am grateful for food in my fridge or on my counter. I am grateful for my family. I am grateful for my friends. I am grateful for my creativity. I am grateful for my ability to be able to move. Some people cannot move. Some people have, it's always something to be grateful for. So start tapping more into the things that you have to be grateful for. And remember who you are. Remember that you have the power to create your reality. What does that mean? It means that if you wake up in gratitude and you start saying how grateful you are for the things that you have, and you affirm yourself looking in the mirror, or even not in the mirror, but you affirm yourself with some positive affirmations and all that, guess what? You're going to receive more because you're grateful for it. And then you're not overindulging. When we overindulging, that's a lack mentality. We don't need to be overindulging. If everybody just take what they need, then everybody will have. There are certain laws of the universe, cosmic laws, that we should really tap into, like balance. Like, I can't lie about this. Again, balance. There would be no up without down. There would be no left without right. There would be no hot without cold. There would be no fast without slow. There would be no stillness without movements. We need balance. We need all of it. Be unapologetically you. Tap into the things that again bring you happiness, and tap into the things, the gifts that you are able to help with others. If I were to share advice, because this is what I've been called, like, this message keeps coming up where sometimes people like do not exactly know what their purpose is, or not even sure what they're supposed to be doing, or they're like in a stagnant space of like, what do I do right now? The first thing I would say is meditate. And I want you to know that meditate is not just sitting with your eyes closed, going om. Meditating is also just tapping in with yourself, even if your eyes are open. Going and journaling and thinking and just reflecting. Doing some reflections, that is a meditation. Taking a walk into nature, that is a meditation. Writing down the things that you love to do. Writing down the things that people have always told you that you're good at. Start to tap into the things that you do very naturally that you don't think about. Start being more aware. Start being more present. What have people always come to you about? Again, how would people, your closest people around you, describe you as? For me, what just comes to me now is like to share with you, like motherly, nurturing, motivational, inspiring, free, funny, silly, goofy, brave, bold, fearless. These are things that people describe me as. And I realize that all of those traits, again, connect to my purpose. They connect to me creating safe space for others to heal, whether it's a listening ear or some type of counsel, some type of inspiration, motivation. Some type of expression, whether it's through rap, whether it's through singing, whether it's through me dancing, whether it's through me making art, whether it's through me acting, whether it's through fashion, whether it's through performance, whether it's through writing, whether it's through meditation, whether it's through knowledge, being an inspiration for others. The more that you tap into yourself and who you're meant to be, is the more that you will service the world. The more that you start to think about how you can service the world with your natural gifts, is the more things will align for you. The more that you hold on to past versions of yourself and past things that do not support your enhancement, your alignment, there will become blockages, there will become stagnancy, there will become like the type of electricity that you don't want. It will become like the opposite of flow. It will become staticky. You don't want the static. You want flow. You want the path of least resistance. Path of least resistance. These things are so very possible, especially now where we are in the world and all of the opportunities that are out here. It's like, it's no excuse. Don't excuse yourself. Don't excuse yourself and talk yourself out of your worth and what you're supposed to do, and tell yourself that you're not good enough, or that you need to study more, or whatever it is. I challenge you that whatever it is that you feel called to do, create a business out of it. Even if you don't got the bread to start off the LLC officially, create a service out of it. Create a service. that you can help another person using your gifts. Create that for yourself. Start doing more of the expression of your gifts. Things will change. Things will definitely change for you. And let go of people, places, and things that do not support this you, this version of you that is unapologetic and free in your expression. Release the things that do not support that. Because as strong as we are, as intertwined with divine as we can be, when we have those people, places, and things around us, it does not help us. It brings us down. If something's not bringing you up, it's bringing you down. There's no in the middle. Movement is life. Stagnancy is death. So do you want to live more, or do you want to live dead? Drake said, hey, say Drake. What you say, Drake? He said everybody dies, but not everybody lives. And that's a bar. That's a bar on their face. That's a bar on their head. That's a bar on their head. Like, everybody dies, but not everybody lives. It's truly important for us to take the time that we have, something that you'll never get back, and truly utilize it to the best of your ability. Truly use your time efficiently. Use it efficiently. The things that you fear, I challenge you to tap into. There is some type of healing that needs to take place around the things that you fear most. When we tap into the things that we fear most and we overcome them, it brings us closer to who we're supposed to be, what we're supposed to be doing. This journey is not always easy, but that's only if you keep resisting. If you are truly open to receiving, then it will flow. It will flow. That does not mean that you will not have down days or when things just feel very chaotic and just feel like it's not going right. That's not what that means. It just means that your life will be in a flow, and you will even learn how to maintain your composure and your stillness and your gratitude no matter what's happening. Even when things seem chaotic, a lot of times it's I was like thinking about calm before storm, but that's not even it. It's like a lot of times when we think about the element of fire, it could be looked at like destruction. It's like all of this fire, all of this stuff going on. But what happens when the fire has ceased? It just burned away. It burned away the things that didn't need to be there no more, and it creates the opportunity for new life. It creates the opportunity for newness. So a lot of times when our lives are feeling the most chaotic are when the most change and transition and transformation is occurring. It could feel, sad and shit like that, but that's what we need, like, to grow. That's the balance. And I challenge you or advise to find community. Find individuals whom you resonate with, and tap more into the individuals that you resonate with. Hit them up, send them a DM, send them an email, see what type of course they got going on. See, like, look for different communities that are interested in the same topics that you are. I've been really feeling called to create like a community group chat, and also to do like a live like a mental wellness private group, so that we can have like this space. Like, I wanted to say creative space, so I'm gonna just say this creative space where we can just tap in with one another and just find like-minded people because I said it here, this is my accountability. And I'm gonna really do that because I know it could be tough when you don't know what's the next move or what's the next thing. But release control and allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to breathe, allow yourself to cry, allow yourself to learn, be open, allow yourself to try new things, allow yourself to be the beginner in something new. It's a beautiful journey. It truly is a beautiful journey. And if there's any support or anything that I could share with you, I'm always open to. So you could DM me, message me. Bubbles the Creative on Instagram. Music by Bubbles at Gmail. All that. I'm here for it. And with that being said, I feel like I've said what I needed to. I trust that I have. And I just want to give thanks for everybody who tuned in. I want to give thanks for everyone who will tune in later. And I just want to also give thanks for everyone who has been riding the wave and supporting, like truly supporting the things that I've been doing. A lot of times people have been speaking to me through God. Like God has been speaking to me through people. And there are times where I'm like pushing myself to do more. And then I will receive a message from like a stranger, a person maybe I don't remember meeting, and they'll tell me how much I inspired them and how much just my journey and the things I'm doing is like just in alignment. And I just be having these magical stories, y'all. And this has been happening to me more and more. And it's something that I'm sharing because it's like, yo, look how far I've come. Look how far you've come. And I told myself, like, all right, I'm going to start really celebrating how far I've come. I'm going to start celebrating, you know, my accomplishments. Be present in all of the things that I have been blessed with. And just continue to hone that. Like, continue to study, right? That's the thing. It's like this limitless vibe of learning. So the things that you're interested in, study it, right? Create quizzes for yourself. Watch videos, read books. Talk to individuals whom are practicing the thing that you would like to practice. Do it. That's the vibe. It's like, do it. That's how you get better at whatever it is you want to get better at, is that you do it. And you study it and then you apply it. And yeah, I feel really good right now. All of these buggies is like, they supposed to be with me right now. You already know they all up in my bags right now. It's a lot of them, but you know, we gonna rock. They don't even know that they probably about to move from the Bronx to Long Island, because that's where we going tonight. So, you know, maybe they just needed a move. You know, maybe they needed a change of pace. I see you, homie. I see you. I see you, homie. I see you, homeboy, home skillet. So, with all that being said, I thank you all for your time. And the way that we start is the way that we're gonna end. So we're gonna do 3 collective breaths, and we gonna get out of here, Juhar. Let's take a deep breath in. And hold. And release. Another deep inhale. Bring it down to the toes. time, make it count. Bring it down to the toes. Deep inhale. And hold. And release. Give yourself a hug. Say, I love me. I am strong. I am powerful. I am brave. I can do anything. I am consistent. I am free. I am expression. I am pure. I am divinity. I am worthy. I am balance. I am gratitude. I am art. I am loved. I am forgiveness. I am resilience. I am me. I am love. Give thanks. Peace and love to you. Peace and love. How you doing? So again, I thank everyone for tuning in tonight on the Bubbly Love Show. I will see you next week, Thursday at 5:30 p.m. EST with a new topic. If there's ever anyone who wants to hop on and you have a topic idea, I'm totally open to hearing it. Also, if you would like to share your email, going to begin an email list when it comes to all of the things that I'm working on, as in building communities, spaces, also the school program vibes that I'm building in Togo, Africa with my team, and just anything bubbly, just holla at me. So if you want to DM me your email, I'll add you to the list. And I'm gonna start a WhatsApp group, so I'm gonna just do it. So even if you want to DM me your number, you got WhatsApp, do that too. So I'm here to support you in any way that I can, and I just thank you so much for supporting me. I bubbly love you, and I'll see you all soon. Peace. Enjoy the rest of your day. Make sure you go out into nature and give thanks and praise always.